So guys, the initial setup for Adwords. You get two options. You can either simply log in to Google AdWords. Make sure you pick AdWords and not AdWords Express. You want to be able to have full control of everything that's over on the left hand side. AdWords Express is a lot quicker, but it's a cash grab by Google is the best way to say it. So you don't have as much control over your account. Got this where you can go in, set up a new campaign, clicking the new campaign button, and go on, and we'll go through all of that stuff. You also have something that's completely free to use and download onto your desktop, Google AdWords Editor. Now, this does mean if you're flying on a plane somewhere, you can go in onto this desktop app, mess around with your ads, stick in headlines, descriptions, final URL, all the usual stuff in there. You can do all of that and then upload it when you've got access to the internet. So you can do it either or. Personally speaking, I just do it live in the back of AdWords. So that is what I'm going to show you the majority of. So going in, you're asked when you're setting up a new campaign, what is the campaign objective? Now I'm using a test account. I used to do AdWords on my own website. Haven't done it since 2017. Now you're going to be picking probably sales or leads or website traffic. Get the right people to your website. They all are pretty much the same thing. Now, if you want to encourage people to explore your brand, get local store visits, you're going to there's different options available to you. Performance max campaigns, and you've got app campaigns, brand awareness and reach, where you can do display or even YouTube ads, or you can create a campaign without any kind of guidance here. But to begin, you probably want to pick sales or leads or website traffic, unless you're going to do video ads, YouTube. That would be brand awareness and reach. We'll go into that in another part of the video. Now, my objective would always be to probably drive online sales. So what's going to happen? People are going to read my website, they're going to pick up the phone, or they're going to fill out a contact form. Whatever works best. Now you can add multiple goals here, certain engagements. You can mess around with all of that kind of stuff, but a phone call or whatever it may be might be enough to consider that a goal. Now, if you pick website traffic, you've got the same options, the same as if you pick leads. You've got the same thing. For me, they're all pretty much of a muchness. So we're just going to leave that at leads and press continue. Now, this is where you come to the next section. Now, there's different types of Google AdWords campaigns. You've got search, which is going to get you on the Google search, top 4 positions, or down at the bottom. Performance max, reach audiences across all of Google's stuff using one campaign. Display. Now, if I go to a local newspaper like the Daily Record, that's one in Glasgow, and I click on it, what we will see is some display ads at some point. Now, these display ads are going to be here, they're going to be in the background. It's showing me stuff about Nectar points, and it's showing me something about the Digital Marketing Institute. You can pay to have your ads placed on these type of websites as well. That's called display. So that is what display ads means. And it means reaching customers across 3 million websites that have display ads advertising on them, and you can put on your own creatives and whatever else. Google Shopping. If I'm looking for men's rucksacks, we all know that there's a shopping tab up here and it appears in your right hand side as well. Products, they're all sponsored. You can pay to be there. That is what Google Shopping ads means. So if you want your ad to appear there, if you're selling products, then by all means, Google Shopping is certainly another place where you can spend some money. Video, so you can reach viewers on YouTube if you want to promote to an audience on YouTube. That is something you can do. You can run ads on YouTube and into people's Gmails, on Google Discover, and more. That is called demand gen. So you've got to pick which one of these suits your campaign. Now, most people are going to pick search, because that is what happens. If you Google men's rucksacks, you're going to see the sponsored ads up there, first 4 positions. You're going to see the Google Shopping ads on the right hand side. You're going to see the organic stuff there, and then at the bottom you also have some sponsored stuff. I don't know why it's only showing 1 at the bottom there, but then it's showing more of those. So yeah, it's normally 4 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and you're going to see your Google Shopping stuff. Search is the 4 at the top, the 3 at the bottom. So I'm going to pick search for this instance. The display, whatever you want, it's entirely up to you which of those campaigns suits who you're trying to target. Where is your audience? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Google Shopping? Is it on Gmails, YouTube, and Google Discover? Or do you want to run everything over everywhere? Performance Max. That is how that works. You can click to see how that works on there, see how it works, learn more, and it will tell you more about it. It's a new goal-based campaign that allows your advertisers to access all of Google's ads inventory. So it will put out everything from your search campaigns out to YouTube, display, search, discover, maps. So you can get all of that. That's what Performance Max is. Maximum exposure across everything. And if that's for you, go for it. You can pick that option. But if you want to test things, and I would always say, guys, I'm slightly different. I'm not trying to sell you ads. People will say, spend $5,000, see what happens. I set my campaigns up tight and then open them out when I see them perform. I may be odd by doing that, but that's what I do. So anyway, we're going to go for search. Select what ways you'd like to reach your goal. Website visits, phone calls, whatever. You can tick them all. Lead form submissions, whatever you want. Just for ease of use, I'm going to put in my website, craigcampbellseo.com, test campaign, and click continue. Start new. Now, this is when you're then faced, you're going to have all of these little things to fill out here, and we'll go through them all step by step, so please don't get bored. What do you want to focus on? Is it conversions? Is it conversion value? Other optimization options are clicks and impression share. Now, I always select conversions. That is what works best for me. Now, target CPA, target cost per acquisition. How do we know what the hell to put in here? That is up to you. Now, it's going to cost you about $10 to get a client, right? At least. Now, some niches it might be 20, some it might even be 30. You've got to be realistic. You know how much it costs to buy a new client to you. So if you're selling something at $100, how much are you prepared to pay for that client? Is it 10? Is it 20? Is it 50? I don't know your profit margins, but let's just stick 10 in here just now. You can start out with that. Now, customer acquisition, bid for new customers only. This option limits your ads to new people only. I don't tick that box, because why would I only focus on new people? What about someone that's maybe been in my website before, that's forgotten about it? I want that to happen. So Don't just bid for new customers. Now, when you set this up, you can set it up for search network, which is Google, and display ads, so you can be on a lot of websites like this here. So I normally always click search and display. Why not? It's an easy way to get additional conversions at a similar or lower cost than search with unused search budget. So the reason I tick both of them is if you don't use up the search budget, some of that budget can go into display ads, and you are likely to potentially pick up something from there just by based on law of averages. Now, next up, locations. Now, where do you want to target? Now, United Kingdom is going to be an option for me. Of course it is. So I'm going to target the UK. I can put in a language, English speaking. I can go in there and start audience segments. I don't touch anything like that at this time. Now I can go in there and tick, social media enthusiasts to narrow down the type of target I'm doing. Marketing and advertising services. So I can go in there and click on all of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to select those and then move down. Target setting for this campaign. Narrow the reach of your campaign to the selected segments with the option to adjust the bids or observation. Don't narrow it with the option to adjust the bids on selected segments. So you can narrow it or you don't, your choice. I don't narrow it at the start. I'll leave it on observation. You've then got broad match keywords. Now you can switch these on for your entire campaign or off. Now I like to leave it at off, and I'll explain further in the campaign the reasons why. Now I have a URL here. I can get keyword suggestions from Google. I can stick in more products and services. Now I want you to pay attention to this here, 81.3 campaign optimization score, and also the ad strength. Now I'm going to select some keywords. Now obviously Google's given me a bunch here. Now I can apply all of those to my campaign. Now it's still got my campaign at 81.3. Now a lot of those keywords are probably highly relevant. Now this is when you come down to your ads in particular. Now you've got your final URL up here. If I wanted to make people go to an inner page, I can put the inner page stuff in here. Now I can go in and add in my phone number. Don't know why that's sitting disapproved, but I can apply that. Now this is when you're going to try and optimize your ad quality score. Now it's given me some random suggestions. That's rubbish. I can have SEO services in there. Now it's telling me what to put. It's saying there was 74,000 people searching for SEO training course. Why would I not want to do that? If I've got courses, why wouldn't I want that to be in there? SEO agency, I can have that in there. More ideas can come, and you can see them all here. SEO experts near me. SEO UK. I'll put that in. Now you can add up to 15. This is a responsive ad, so you're going to give this up to 15 different titles. Best SEO expert, I'll stick that in. Not because I'm just saying that, it is here, guys. SEO UK. Now you see that the ad strength has went up to average. Now the more of these boxes you tick for Google, the better it's going to be. So I'm just going to stick all of that in there. Now it's given me an average score so far. It's up to good, actually. It's now went up to good, and I've not even done my headlines. Now it's got I I can add more headlines in if I wanted. Now, I'm not going to touch any more headlines because I don't need to. Descriptions, you can have up to 4 descriptions. So you can see what it does say. Is that the best description for me? Absolutely not. So you would want to tweak that stuff out. It will give you automatic suggestions. And again, this ad campaign score is going up to 91.9. It's still sitting at good. You want your AdWords score to be good. The reason for that is your cost per click will actually come down. Now, also, what you need to consider, let's say everyone's bidding £2 for a particular keyword. You and 2 or 3 of your competition, your ad strength, your ad quality score is going to come into play. Whoever's got the best ad quality score is going to win. That's why you need to have unique keywords, popular keywords, unique headlines, and all of that kind of stuff so that that ad quality score is up there and you beat the competition. Is everyone else doing this? Yes and no. Some of them are quite lazy and they don't go into these small details. Now, site links, you can also add to your campaigns. Now, let me find someone with site links. So driving, I don't know. Wait a minute, I'll do used cars Glasgow. I'm trying to find someone with paid site link extensions. So you can see there's some here. That is what a site link extension is. You want to take up as much landscape as you can for your budget. So make sure that you do set up your site links. And then you go on to next, and it's going to ask you what you want your daily budget to be. Now, that's entirely up to you. You can spend 10, 13, 15, if not more. Now, Google will always tell you to spend more. Why? It's their business to make money. But secondly, you're not going to be dominating all day, every day with a £10 budget. Now, what I want to try and get into people's heads is, you spend £10 a day. That might be the equivalent of 5 or 10 clicks. When that 5 or 10 clicks happen, and that could happen between 9 and 10 a.m, your ads are gone for the rest of the day. Your competitors are sitting there waiting to get all the clicks and engagement because you're gone, because you scrimped out on your AdWords campaign. So £10 a day isn't actually a lot of money. That's where you sometimes have to hit this with something substantial. I try and spend £1,000 a day in my market. I can't quite do it because there's not enough searches, but I would happily do it because it generates me a lot more money. When you do that, it goes to the review stage, and then you can publish said campaign. Now, I can publish that campaign if I want. I'm going to put that budget to £1 a day, just because I don't want the ad to actually run. Now, the reason I do it this way, that's me. I'm ready. My ad's ready to go and publish. Now, it takes time for your ad to get approved. So it can take suspended account. So I've not used my account for years, so it's suspended. But normally it would go through and the campaign would become live. Now, my account's suspended for that particular one. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this is I then go back into the campaign and I go into keywords. Now, going to go through everything on the left-hand side in another video, but this is just the basic setup. Now, there's 3 options. You've got broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Now, if I have something like, let me just see, hire SEO expert or SEO services near me on broad match, that means any variation of those words, my ad is likely to show. So something like services near me, what services? It could be someone looking for a massage, whatever. You don't want that to be in broad match because it does pull through a lot of people who are maybe not looking for your website. You want to have phrase match set up initially for all of your stuff, because it does mean if someone Googles SEO services near me, or near me SEO services, or any kind of phrase match variation, then my ad is still going to show. And obviously exact match is someone who only specifically searches for that word. No variations, no back to front, nothing. Your ad will not show. So I normally go for phrase match. Now you can go here and you can change match types. And you can change all match types and change them all to phrase. Now that is just the initial setup. I'm going to go into other videos, go through everything else you can do on the left hand side to further optimize your campaign, and I'm going to talk about strategy, bidding and everything else in other videos. But that is how you set up a basic campaign, guys.